this is like fun with other, running friends. So I'm like, I'm going to do it because I knew it would put me in a good mood.
You are my BRF.
What's happening, Eric?
There for your victory lap.
Yeah.
Oh!
I just, how did that happen?
How did you do that?
And all of a sudden I go to zip it up and I'm like, why is the zipper in the front right now? 0 out of 10 on the recommendation scale.
I am literally crying from laughter and from so much love. Oh my God.
It's like I see off for your cornhole.
And he just smashed Arnie like that and said, you stay out of this, Arnie. And I thought,
But I don't run to stay sober. I get to run because I am.
And there she was, a halo over her head.
No, it's not very true. Okay.
And he steps to the side and just gestures. Here's the tinkle pot.
I don't need to tinkle.
What's up, everybody? And welcome to episode 171 of the On the Runs podcast. Summer is so close as there's only 1 week left in school, and we're closer to the year 2050 than we are to the year 2000. Erica and I are both off some Monday evening runs, and guess what? It rained again for the umpteenth time. We got a lot to catch up on. Erica did a race, apparently, and we have an amazing guest today. But before any of that, I must say hello to my kick-ass rockstar of a co-host, 6-star Erica. What's up?
Not much, dude. I have to say I was doing a lot better before you told me that we're closer to the year 2050 than 2020, or what was it, 2000? Screw that shit.
Well,
Oh,
it's actually
I feel old.
not factual. I've seen everyone posting about this. I wrote it in our notes. Do you know we have a Google Doc that we, for show notes?
Yeah, I have not touched that in
continued-
forever.
Yeah, and you also ran a race this weekend. I just learned, guys, the same time as you, 2 seconds ago, that Erica ran a race this weekend. Had no clue it was even on her schedule. But
I cannot wait to
I did some
tell you
fact
guys
checking.
about it. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
all right, I did some fact checking. We are actually not closer to the year 2050 than the year 2000. However, everybody's posting about it because now it's like you're 6 months into the year, which I also thought didn't make sense. It would be at the end of June. So I fact checked and I Googled how many days has it been since January 1st, 2000. Actually, I did it wrong. I should have done since December 31st. Oh my God. They might be right. They might be right.
I don't know. See, this is the math that my brain does not even want to comprehend. Just like when we were talking to today's guest, I don't know if that made it into the actual episode, but I'm like, oh, you were
It did.
episode
It
40.
did.
That was like, that was so many, like,
80
I don't
episodes ago.
80
No, that's
episodes ago?
120.
Yeah, can't add. So don't hold that
All
to
right.
me.
So my first thing I did was I looked up how many days has it been since January 1st, 2000. 8,972. I think I'm wrong now because it actually, I would even be more right because December 31st was closer than January 1st, 2000. So long story short, we are 9,291 days away from January 1st, 2025. So that's more days than it's been since January 1st, 2000. So we're not actually closer, but we're close. We're really close.
Did you say 2025
Erica
again, or
again.
did you say 2050? It kind of went bloop, bloop.
50.
Oh, God damn it.
50. But yeah, we're getting there. We're pretty close to 2050. So
Don't like it.
buckle up. I guess. Yeah, me neither.
Hard pass.
Man, I miss the 90s and the 80s.
I know. Yeah, same here.
Hey, what the heck? You ran a race this weekend. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
It was not a race I was excited for. Let's put it that way.
So what? Those are the best content.
Yes, which is why I can't wait to talk about it in the outro because there's a lot to unpack.
But what is it going to take for you to tell the world what you're doing, where you're at? I'm at a race this weekend, guys. What's up, Pod Fam?
This one is one that I never advertise because it is a trail race and you know how bad at those I am. So I like to struggle in silence. But I am excited to tell everybody I will be at the Hollis Fast 5K this coming Thursday. It's at 6:30 p.m. in Hollis, New Hampshire. So if anybody's going to be there, I know Jay Duncan's going to be there, but if anybody else is going to be there, I'd love to see you. So
Well,
there's
Jay,
my
since you're there, I have a
my
request for
announcement.
Jay. Since she's going to be there, maybe she could post because Erica's not going to post. We know.
Oh, I'm gonna go ape shit though. If I can get a PR
Good.
though, I will most
Yeah,
certainly
you just got to post pre-race, post-race. Hey, great race. I'm not saying post when you run.
Oh, that ain't happening. I have to focus.
I know, but even your trail race. Hey, guys, I'm ready for a trail race. Hey, vote in the poll. Is it going to go good or bad? You know I hate these. And then at the end, tell everyone how it went. Like, come on.
So for the outro, I did send you a little video. I did take a couple videos because the skies opened up and it got real sloppy out there. So I took.
Was it on Saturday?
Mhm. Yeah.
Dude, it was just like unreal, the rain we had.
Trust me, I know. But I just sent you a video because I took like a 22-second video. So you can play that later if you want.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Awesome. You know what's wicked awesome?
Do tell.
Did you see how much money the Boston Marathon charity runners raised for the Boston Marathon this year?
You know what? I did. And I have to say thank you to the real Michael Scott
Yes.
for doing a
Yes.
reel on this because I am one of the people who I am a total advocate for the charity runners. I love what you do. I love the money you raise. I think it's amazing. The causes that you stand for.
You guys are better than me because I
This-
couldn't do it.
Well, you're doing it for New York, so that still
But
counts.
not
So
like 10 grand. Some guys have to do 12 or more.
it is a lot of money for Boston. So the amount of effort it takes to do that is incredible. And this year they raised some, was it $50 million?
$50.4 million raised by
That's a
Boston Marathon charity runners.
Staggering number. Staggering number.
Huge.
Like,
Huge.
I am in awe of all of those runners.
And
That
you
is
know what?
absolutely incredible.
Michael Scott said it best. Like, I'm going to use my own words. But all those
Mhm.
runners out there who are like, hey, this should be for qualifiers only, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
going to pay $50 million for these? Like all these charities from Team Ioneer. I'm going to give you some credit, Erica. Like Spalding Rehab, Boston Medical
Mhm.
Center, Dana
Yep.
Farber. Like, holy shit, $50 million, guys. And it's
Yeah.
going to go up. It's not going to go down. These numbers go
That
up
is
every
so
year.
much good that is being donated to these
Right.
organizations.
I don't care if they make it a 10-minute buffer next year. More charity runners. Now I'm on the page of, I know I still don't think like Boston Marathon should be your first marathon. Like you got to earn that. But like not everyone can qualify or run that fast. And they have a limit on numbers. They should never limit the number of charity runners. And maybe they don't ever limit that. But if they ever get like 1 year, hey, we can do 10,000 more runners, charity runners, 100%. Like maybe give a 5-minute buffer then. But like seriously, are you gonna get mad about people who raise money to run in the Boston Marathon when they raise over $50 million? Who gets
Apparently
mad about
some
that?
people do, which is ridiculous.
Insane.
Totally unwarranted.
You guys blew me away with that number.
We're giving you the kudos you deserve. Charity runners, keep doing your damn thing. You're amazing.
There were times when I would kind of listen to their debate and I'd be like, yeah, I get it. I don't think I realized the impact the charity runners had on how many
Huge.
millions.
When you put a number like that on it, how can you negate that?
Right.
You can't.
Way to go, guys. Way to go. Fundraising, as I've said many times, is super scary. That's why I've partnered with my Race Tats and Right Socks and hopefully more for New York City fundraising. Got to thank our sponsors and our partners on this episode, My Race Tats and Right Socks. Thank you so much. Check out the affiliate link. We'll talk a little bit about them more in the after part of this podcast in the outro. But we have an amazing guest today. Like I'm on a high now after talking about Boston, and I'm on more of a high after a guest we just talked to on the pod the other day from Minnesota again.
We love Minnesota. And we are so excited to welcome back one of our favorite OG pod fam members, Alex Larson.
Yes, Alex is amazing. As you remember, for the OG listeners, if you remember episode 40, Erica, that was how many episodes ago? Do your math there. I'm kidding. Don't do it.
Do not judge me on my math. You will hear how bad it is.
But she is a nutritionist and actually she reached out to us again, which was super cool. And maybe we do more of this too going forward. We'll talk about that later in the outro. But guys, Alex Larson is back on the podcast. She's amazing. She just had an amazing day on the bike, by the way, yesterday. You're going to hear a little bit of bike talk too. And we'll congratulate her on the outro. No, we'll congratulate her now. Congratulations, Alex, on your second place finish in your gravel race the other day.
Amazing.
You're amazing. Guys, enjoy this. Alex Larson from Alex Larson Nutrition on the On the Runs podcast. Our next guest on the pod is a Pod Fam alum from Minnesota who had her first kiss in a hockey barn. She's the On the Runs endurance nutrition guru who will work with you to dial in your race day nutrition throughout the entire training process. She's an Ironman. She's a brand new cycling junkie. And last time she was on the pod, she was a mom of 2 boys. And since then, she's added a daughter to the mix. We're wicked excited to have her back on the pod. Alex Larson, welcome back to the On the Runs podcast. What's up?
Oh my gosh, that was the best intro. Thank you for having me back.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you back. When your PR girl or Genevieve, whatever her role is, emailed us, we were like, hey, this is pretty cool. Alex wants to come back on. And we were just talking about we need our own podcast guru here or nutrition guru. So I'm excited.
We got
That's
one.
me.
We got one.
I'm here. I'm here for you guys.
We're so glad you are, Alex. It's so nice to see you again. We did miss you. We really did. So welcome back.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, you got to fill us in on what's been happening since the next. We talked to you episode 40, which was 120 episodes, not 80, like I was mathing in my head, which was very incorrect. So
I know it. I feel like so much has happened since then. I mean, it's been 2 years, and yes, I added a third child and final. Let's like make sure that. That's no more kids after that one. She was planned, I will say that, but like we were for sure like 3 and done. So yeah, I've added that in, and then once I had her and I was done like with breastfeeding and everything, I was very much in this mindset of like, I want to return back to endurance sports. But my background is triathlon. Before kids, I was really into triathlons. But I just don't have the time for triathlon right now. I don't have the
hard.
time. It's so hard, especially the pool part. Like getting to a pool is really tough. For me, it's at least a 25-minute drive one way. It just doesn't work with my schedule. And so I was like, I got to do something different. I like running. It's a social thing for me, but I was just not like wild about doing marathons or even like ultra running. It sort of has its appeal because I love to go out in the trails around here, but it just like for me, the bike was always my favorite part of the triathlon. And so, yeah, I decided to get a gravel bike. I've never really ridden on gravel, but I know it's wildly popular right now. And the thought of getting off of the paved roads was appealing too. And so, yeah, I am now this aspiring gravel cyclist is what I call myself.
I love it because 2 years ago, I was doing a triathlon every year and I was asking you some big questions, but that same year was the last year I've done a triathlon because
Yeah.
I'm a dad of 3, you're a mom of 3, and I'm having this debate. So sometime after you were on the pod, my truck was stolen.
Oh my gosh.
And I got my truck back, but the dude who stole my truck took my bike, which by the way, was locked to like the crossbars on it, and the front wheel comes off. So the front wheel goes underneath the truck bed cover. He took my bike. It was a Specialized Roubaix, and took it with one wheel. He left my front wheel in the bed of the truck. So I know. The guy must be really good at riding wheelies. That's my opinion.
Unicycle.
But I don't have my bike anymore. I just have my triathlon bike and my mountain bike. And I think you're going to talk me out of it. I'm about to put my triathlon bike on the market and get a gravel bike.
You know what? I regret 10 years ago not putting my triathlon bike on the market because I still have it. And I'm like, it's ancient now. Like it's worth nothing. I wish I had sold it. I think I just had a lot of like emotional attachment to it after just doing, but I should have sold it. And because now I'm like, well, I got this tri bike and it's not worth anything. I mean, my business manager, she's thinking of doing triathlons. I'm like, you can just have this bike, like just take it and you can ride it. Like, but yeah, my gravel bike it's lovely.
It looks like you have so much fun.
I am having fun on it. Well, I mean, I ride the trainer like 95% of the time, which to a lot of people is not fun, but it is my only time that I actually get to watch something that I want to watch. That's not Miss Rachel. And
Erica has no clue.
Nope.
Oh, well,
if
you know, you know.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
The kid related.
Yeah. It's like the it's like Barney, but in 2024, 2025. But with
Hey.
like this really lovely lady
She's
instead
better-
of the purple dinosaur.
Yeah, and she's a lot better than Blippy.
Yes. So
Oh my
much
God.
better than Blippy. He's the worst.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Where does it fall on the Bluey scale?
No, Bluey's the best.
Bluey is amazing.
Truly the best.
That.
Yeah, I do like watching some Bluey, but like Netflix and
Do your
HBO
kids watch
Max and-
YouTube?
No, I don't really let them watch YouTube.
So ours have gotten it somehow, and it just can't unless we delete it completely. It's like they know how to find it. If we move it from the home screen, they know how to find it. Let me tell you,
Smart kids.
there is no one who will decline a call faster than a 4-year-old watching YouTube.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, my kids haven't gotten into YouTube yet, and I haven't really done much on there with them. But yeah, that's like the riding on the trainer. It's so convenient because it's just in my basement. It's all set up. I can ride it any time of the day. If it's dark out, if it's snowing out, if my kids are home sick during the day from school, like I can get my workout in. And so I do really love that aspect of it. And I've been using Trainer Road's training program. It's an AI-based training program. I'm very loyal to them because I've been a regular on their podcast for a couple of years now, and they've been wonderful to me. So I've been using their program, and I've seen just huge gains on the bike. I was starting at like bare bones, no fitness at all, and I've seen like a 25% increase in FTP in
That's amazing.
4 or 5 months. Yeah, it's been wild how. So I'm just like super motivated. I'm like, how strong can I get? Let's see, so I'm in it. So it's been fun.
I'm getting FTP flashbacks from Peloton. Oh God, I hated it.
I know. For me, it's so exciting because I just get to see it continue to climb each
That's
month.
amazing.
I love it.
It's good that you can ride that whenever you want, especially in the winters, because you being in Minnesota, we know how cold it can get there. So
yeah, it's been a long winter.
That's oh my gosh. I was just telling Alex that today was our first nice day in New Hampshire, and I was outside for as much of it as I could get. So yes, I mean, just any sort of nice weather we can get. It's wonderful, but you got to
Well,
do
it's
what
New
you gotta
England
do.
because it snowed 3 inches 2 days ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
April.
we got
Weird.
9 inches last Wednesday. So
No.
yeah, I mean it's melted at this point, but yeah, it's
same.
That's good.
I was in
quite a
Minnesota
blizzard.
like 3 weeks ago when it was a nice 55 degrees. I ran outside
Yay! Well, why were you in Minnesota?
for work. I was there for work. And
In
I'm
the
going back
Twin
in a
Cities?
couple of weeks to do the same thing again too. We went and installed, and I go back in a couple of weeks. We destall. It's a town called Wyoming. I went to
Oh, yeah, I know
Wyoming,
where that is.
Minnesota.
Mhm.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
the Polaris headquarters.
Yes, just north of the Twin Cities.
Yep. So we actually stayed close to the Twin Cities and went to a Minnesota Wild game. It was a lot of fun, but
Those are so fun.
it was fun. And I think we're going to go to a Twins game when we're back. And I bought my boys Minnesota Twins jerseys because they're twins.
That's cute.
Of course.
Yes. But enough about me, more about you. Quick question about the third child. And
Yes.
maybe for all three. I know your third was a daughter and you're very happy. You're like, I don't know what I'll do with 3 boys. But did you know before?
No, we did not. So it was like this epic surprise because
Oh, awesome.
yeah, we're waiting for her to come out, and they're like, "What do you think it is?" And I'm like, I don't know at this point. And so then like everyone in the room was like, "It's a boy," and then she came out, and they're like, "It's a girl." I mean, my face was just like, "What?"
Yes.
Just pure shock. So it was really exciting.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. And for your husband, I'll tell you what, it's so much fun being a girl dad.
He loves it. He's
Yes.
like totally on board with this. He goes, "Girls are the best."
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I've been trying to tell you that. And so, I mean, he was on the fence about a third kid, but now he's like, oh, yeah, you were right, Alex. He goes, this is pretty great.
Well, I'm happy for you. Being a boy dad is super cool. It's me and the boys since I have 2. But the girl dad thing, I'm happy I had the girl first as a dad. And it probably, calmed me down or what, I don't know. But it's a blast. But like I said, enough about me and Erica. Well, we haven't talked about her, but all about you, Alex.
All about you guys. Yeah.
I want to know, what was the kickstart to this cycling, fascination? Is that even a word? Was this before kids or after? Because you did the triathlon, but watching your stories and your Instagram lately, you're just you have this huge smile when you're out on the gravel bike and you're getting muddy and it just looks so fun.
Yeah, it's kind of this new thing. So I just came back from Oregon. I did a 3-day gravel camp. That was truly the first time that I ever really rode on gravel significantly. The road I live on, 1.5 miles of it is dirt, a mile of it is paved, and that's basically the only real dirt roads I have around the area. And so I didn't get a chance to really ride on them very much. And so this was my first time getting out on gravel, and I was the first day irrationally nervous. I don't even know why. I was just scared. My body was in like full flight mode. And I just had to keep telling myself like that you're going out there, Alex, no matter what. And so it was really scary the first day just because I didn't know what to expect. But once we got out there and we started climbing the first hill, and I had trained 5-6 hours a week on the trainer in my basement for 5 months. So I was in really good shape, but I had no point of reference of how good a shape I was in. And so once we started climbing and I was behind some women and I was like, I think I got to go around them. Like I got a lot of power here that I can like still put out. And so I like whipped around them and I just flew up the hill and I was like, oh, I can climb. This is exciting because historically in triathlon, I was not a great climber, but this time around, I just like flew up the hills and the descending was a little scary at first. Especially if we had a corner in the descent, I really slowed down. I was like, the object is to go home in one piece and not end up in the hospital. So I took things a little easy that first day. And then the second day we did the same descent where you're descending for like 3-4 minutes. And where you're going 25 to 30 miles an hour down this hill. And so I felt a lot more comfortable the second day. And that was a big confidence booster.
That sounds like so much fun, but I feel like amazing. I would be equally as terrified.
Yeah, it was anything new. And I was telling my son this morning, like anytime you do something new, it's super scary, but you just got to kind of dive in and like start out being safe and then build that confidence.
Just dive in, Erica. Just dive in. I've been trying to get her to do a triathlon, which I've laid back because I can't train with her, but that's so cool. You know, the one thing about those 3, 4, 5 minute downhills is you got to go back up. And it seems like you have no problem going up. I want to know what kind of training are you doing when you're home in the basement on the trainer? Are you like strictly power zone? Are you doing like hit rides, hill rides?
It's a mixture. For a while in the last kind of month or 2 months, it was Tuesdays were a threshold workout. Wednesdays were just an endurance recovery ride. Thursdays were a VO2 max effort, which was, I think thresholds were the worst. And then VO2 max was pretty rough. Then I'd have a rest day on Friday and I'd do a sweet spot workout on Saturday and then a long endurance effort on Sunday. And that's what was a lot of the last section of that training plan was kind of breaking it up that way.
And you said your training plan was AI from Training Peaks, right?
It was Trainer Road.
Trainer Road. How did that work? Like, how did it build a base for you and then a plan?
Yeah, it didn't have a lot of data up front. So it kind of just adapted as we went along. And I think if you're someone that's really new to endurance sports, I don't know if I would recommend an AI-based program just because you have to really be able to listen to your body. Like on days where I'm like, I'm feeling a lot of fatigue and I can let the AI know so they can adjust my workout. Or like if I'm feeling really if I'm feeling really strong, but they're thinking that I need just a really easy effort. I'm like, no, let's do this a little bit harder because I feel fresh and ready to go. So listening to your body, I think, is really important with an AI-based program, but I just like how it uses all of that data and just like automatically updates. I don't have to wait for a coach to update something, which was kind of cool. I think there's pros and cons to both. But yeah, it would just monitor heart rate, stress, like TSS score, stress, and kind of just go from there. It was pretty cool, actually.
I like the concept of the AI. Like it does adapt to you, but like you said, if you're not listening to yourself, you're not going to get much out of it. So
yeah. And I sometimes would have to be like, okay, is this fatigue nutrition related for myself? Have I not been on top of that, or is it because it's been 3 weeks of hard training and I need a recovery week. And usually I'll look at my plan like, oh, next week's a recovery week. Sweet. I'm ready for that because I'm just feeling really tired. And then usually by the end of the recovery week, I'm like, yeah, I'm bored. Let's do some hard workouts.
Ready to pick it back up again.
Yeah.
But at least you would know the best. You are the nutrition guru. So if you knew that your nutrition was flagging,
the official.
That's why.
Well, that's what was really interesting too, because, I coach athletes on nutrition, but it is really hard to coach yourself. There's just something about having someone come in and look at your life and give you guidance that's so helpful. And for myself, I often would rely on my team. I have Hannah and Mary on my team that sometimes I would just message them and get their input. I'm like, and then Mary would often go, if you are my client, this is what I would tell you. And I'm like, perfect. So that's how she always started it. And so it was nice to just have a team to support me along the way and take my own advice, which, as we know, isn't always easy to do. But yeah, I really knew that if I wanted to see the biggest fitness gains possible on the bike, I was going to have to fuel like I coach my athletes too.
The protein.
Lots of protein, lots of carbs, timing things out throughout the day. When the kids were being chaotic and it was a meal time, like my husband knew that if I didn't sit down to eat, I was going to get real crabby. And so he learned that pretty quick once I got back into training. That
Anger is real.
Yeah, I hadn't had that for years because I hadn't been training. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, I have to eat right now. Or I'm going to explode at someone.
So you just kind of said you weren't training for a while. You had babies. I mean, you were training for something else.
I was in the season of growing and raising a family. That was the season I was in. Yeah.
So what was then that motivation, that kickstart to get back on that road and that trainer road and running or biking or doing whatever?
I wanted to feel like myself again. Is the best way I can describe it. For those that have had kids before, there's. I don't know if I want to call it a sacrifice, with your body, but it is kind of a little bit because
you deal with a lot of changes.
9 months of pregnancy, and then if you choose to breastfeed, that's anywhere from however many. For me, it was a year with all 3 kids, and so it takes a lot out of you, and then the lack of sleep for so long, you just don't feel quite like yourself, and so I knew that when I'm at my happiest, when I'm feeling fit and strong and can work out most days of the week. And so I really wanted to return back to that in a way that worked for my busy lifestyle.
Absolutely. And that's fair. You deserve that. You're a busy mom. So taking care of yourself is one of the most important things.
It's not selfish. It's just I think you just have to have a balance between the two, doing things for yourself, for you to feel good about yourself, but also still being there for your kids as well. So There has to be. And it's fun for me sometimes when I'm I haven't strength training lately. I've been bad about that. But the last time I can remember strength training and my kids were playing with Legos in their room. And I remember one of them going hey, look at mom. And I was lifting a pretty heavy weight. And I was yeah, look at mom.
So you're teaching them some good habits. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really fun for me to just show them that.
Lead by example.
It's good to be active and fit.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Glad to see. The best part is not only does it look like you're crushing it, but it looks like you're having so much fun.
I am really enjoying it. And I will say it is hard though. What people see on Instagram, it's always a highlight reel. And I try and share both the struggles and the good things that happen in my life. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, but it is hard. There's definitely times where I'm mentally struggling, you know what I mean? So I just want people to know, it looks like I'm crushing it and I'm doing well, but it's not perfect all the time. Mm-hmm. Just know that.
I like the honesty.
Yeah.
Well, something we want to do is Erica and I are going to start struggling pretty soon as we're training for 2 big marathons this fall. I'm running New York City. She's running Chicago. And it would be fun. We don't want to have a carbon copy of the last episode when you're on it, but it would be fun to do this, annually, where we bring you on and talk about some other topics. And I thought, what better way than to kind of, without giving away all your secrets, tell us, like,
I
especially
have no
now.
secrets. There's no secrets. Here's
You
the
have
thing.
so much knowledge. That's what it
Here's
is.
the thing, is that nutrition is so highly individualized that yes, I can give like the general guidelines and I can give my insight, but in order to get like the full bang for your buck with nutrition, like you just have to work one-on-one with someone to get the real true benefits. But yes, I have no secrets, so happy to share my thoughts with you guys on in terms of training for your marathons.
So here's what I'm really interested in, and I'll let Erica decide after what she wants to know, but my training won't really start until, well, I'm training now, but hardcore August 1st.
Okay.
And the next 3 months, I have like time to dial some things in. And I want to explore, I want to try things, maybe like see if this works for me, this doesn't work for me. How would you talk to a client like me about that early stage before I'm really hardcore into training? Because I don't feel like you want to be messing around when you're training with nutrition. I think, wouldn't you want to have it dialed in?
Well, it depends on your goals, right? So I think of nutrition as like periodizing it. So like what does preseason look like compared to in season, compared to off season? And so everyone has a little bit different goals depending on where they're at. Some athletes will have like body composition goals. Maybe they want to lose a little bit of weight, but keep the muscle and strength and still build that baseline kind of foundation in their running. And so what does nutrition look like there so that we're going into their in-season training block at the body comp that they want to be at. So that could be something that we would have to discuss in terms of goals. Like, what do you want to accomplish right now before August 1st? Okay. Also, this is a great time to kind of build a foundation with your nutrition and build some habits so that when shit hits the fan in terms of training, like when you get really busy, you've already built some really nice routines. Your nutrition is kind of integrated already into your lifestyle. So it's not like you're having to work really hard on those food habits and food decisions while you're also focusing on training.
That's smart.
When you're talking to a client, I want to know this. Ratio-wise, how much are you talking about nutrition while training versus when you're recovering from a training?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say we probably talk more about the day-to-day nutrition than we do actually talking about the fueling during their workouts. But it'll kind of depend on the workout situation. If they're in like peak training and we're like really getting them ready for a race, then we'll probably talk quite a bit about where are they and their fueling, where do we need to get them to be for their race, and then how are we going to kind of gradually step by step get them there. But I find with the endurance athlete lifestyle, because you're training so often and such a high volume, that any other time that you are eating outside of your training, that is an opportunity to optimize recovery so that you can bounce back more efficiently and effectively from your workout and get ready for the next one. And so that day-to-day nutrition is really important. Making sure we're getting enough protein, enough carbs to support that recovery and really set them up to have those great fitness gains.
Well, I have a totally different question, so I want to make sure that you're all set with your chunk first.
Well, I guess, Eric, my question is, what are your goals here between now and August 1st?
That's a great question. So my goal, the race, I want to feel great, have fun. I'm running with my sister. There's no time goal. But my goals heading up to that training point, I do think I want to focus on a couple things. One, I want to get my running legs back because I had a long off season of just skiing. And I'm going to focus on more training. So my goal is to lean up, and I would like to get closer. I'm not looking to lose a ton of weight, but 10 pounds would be great.
Sure. Okay. And then when it comes to your nutrition, where do you feel like there are areas for improvement?
Snacking. Big time. Well, because I eat my kids' snacks and I also eat snacks at work. So that's my struggle. Like maybe gummy bears at work. There's
I'm
a bunch,
paying attention. That's where I struggle.
Right. And also like gummy bears at home, where just like the kids have some marshmallows. I'm going to have 2 or 3 marshmallows. A lot of it, I feel like, is actually discipline.
A little bit. Yeah. There's a couple of things. One is, are you getting enough at meals that you're staying satisfied throughout most of that period between meals? like that mid-afternoon snack is a good example though, because a lot of times we're eating lunch between noon, 1 o'clock, somewhere in there, and then we're not having dinner until 5:36, 6:37. Sometimes people have a really late dinner. That's a really long time to go and not snack. So if that's the case, then you just need to already have kind of an intentional plan to snack for mid-afternoon, something with some protein, something with some carbs, something that's going to really hold you over until that next meal, so that when you have those moments where there's gummy bears out or marshmallows or whatever kind of snacks, you're like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm not even hungry. Like, I don't even want that. Or if you do take one or two, that's satisfying enough. Like, it's just there to kind of give you the like upfront little like hit of like sweetness.
Yeah, you know you're having a snack and you're like,
yeah, like you're like, oh yeah, I'm having a couple, but I don't need to have like half the bag kind of
right.
thing.
Well, I eat half the bag.
Yeah, so that's a couple things as I look at. It's like, okay, if you're truly like hungry and you're kind of just grazing throughout the whole day, then we need to look at having a little bit better structured meals that might need to be just a little bit enhanced, a little bit more filling, so that it holds you over longer.
Well, let me ask about meals then. How important is it to have your meals like a schedule? Like breakfast for me, I'm locked in. It's every morning, 9:30. Like I do everything with the kids, get in school. I don't eat until I actually get to work and have a bagel sandwich. Sometimes just a bagel with peanut butter or a bagel, egg, and sausage. That's locked in always 9:30.
Okay.
How important is it to lock in this like a lunchtime and a dinner time? Because there's a lot of days, and now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, okay, I struggle in the middle of the day because it's not every day I eat a real lunch.
Yeah, see, and honestly, your breakfast doesn't even sound like enough.
You're probably right, but it's good.
I'm sure it's great,
a
but
plain
it sounds
bagel,
like a banana,
egg, sausage.
right? Like something, a little
I
something.
think you need something else with it though. Like you might need like a little like fruit with it. Like make it a meal. Make sure there's carbs, there's plenty of protein. You've got fruit and or vegetables. And most people that I see don't get enough protein, and especially they'll be stingy at breakfast and lunch. And then, yeah, they'll get enough protein at dinner, but it didn't add up to what they really needed in the day. And that can really help with satiety as well in snacking between meals. So there's just like these little tweaks that you can make now that can really build that base and routine for you by the time you get to August 1. And then you'll notice that training feels significantly just stronger and more stable because you're better fueled.
I like the suggestion about fruit too, because there's a fruit cup right there at work and I could grab that every day too to go alongside. So maybe now that I'm thinking about maybe I'm not having enough, a question I had later, and we'll get to it. I want Erica to contribute a little bit, but I was going to ask, how do you know if you're eating too much or not enough or what's just right?
So I have lots of thoughts here, Eric, now that you're like telling me more about yourself. So how I would know is if you find yourself kind of grazing throughout the day, that's a sign that you want to bulk up your lunches and your breakfast and start there and see if you notice yourself snacking less, and then you're probably onto something. But also, like you said, discipline, having like that mindful eating concept throughout the day and practicing that of being like, oh, why am I grabbing this? Is it because I'm actually hungry? Well, why am I so hungry? Is it because I didn't get enough to eat? Did I not eat my usual larger lunch that I've been trying to do? Like being curious also is helpful.
All right.
Okay, Erica, you're up.
All right, Alex. So I am a habitual Instagram scroller, and Instagram is constantly trying to sell me stuff. They are trying to get me to buy creatine and collagen and probiotics. And I need to know, is this all crap or is this good for me? Like, what is Instagram trying to really do? Is it just trying to make money off me, or is it trying to help me as a person?
I'm sure it's trying to make money off you for sure.
Of course. But is any of this like warranted?
Yeah. I actually, interestingly enough, I'm totally on board with creatine. I started taking it actually in July, and I've been super happy with it.
What exactly does it do for you?
Yeah, so it will help you increase muscle mass, not like by massive amounts. Because when I started taking it, as I was drinking, it was, I think I started putting like liquid IV with a scoop of creatine. I did that, and now I just add it to my protein shake. But as I would drink it, I literally in my head had this visualization of me waking up the next morning and being like the Hulk. And it never happened. It's not going to cause you to bulk up, I promise.
Good.
And it's especially for women, because we do naturally have a little bit lower creatine stores in our muscles than men do. There is some benefit just for like the muscle mass that we do have. It makes our muscles stronger, which is good to know. And so if you think of like, I mean, Chicago Marathon's pretty flat, but like if you think of like,
that's why she's running it.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you. It's which is why you should come to Grandma's, because that one's flat as well. But like for Eric, you know, in the hills of the boroughs in New York, those where you're wanting to power up those and have some really strong strength up those hills, that creatine can come into play with that. And so I think the one deterrent with creatine is the fear of there's a little bit of weight gain from just some water weight retention with creatine. The research has shown it's maybe like 1 to 2 pounds. It's not very much, but like the strength benefits that you get from it, for me, what I've noticed, I feel like it's been great.
So it outweighs the little bit of water weight you might hang
yes. And I will say creatine has been one of the most well-researched supplements, hands down. I mean, it's like decades and thousands of research studies.
I love when things are scientifically backed.
Very safe as long as you take the recommended dosage. You don't go crazy with it. They say 3 to 5 grams a day. You don't have to do the loading phase. It's not. It's vegan. So yeah, you can do. For vegans, honestly, if you're plant-based, you even get more benefit from it because they don't eat a lot of meat that naturally has creatine in it. That creatine supplement will help with those creatine stores in your muscles.
Well, I'm glad it's not dairy-based because I'm allergic.
Are you? Oh, yeah. No, it's
big
it's
time.
Vegan. Yeah.
So,
I was going to say you mentioned collagen, Erica. Yeah. Some decent research there, but more for like explosive sports, like sprinters. Football
so me
players.
being an endurance athlete, probably not so beneficial.
Well, the research hasn't shown as big of a benefit, but with those like ligaments and tendons, especially early on in your training where you're more prone for injury, if you take the collagen about 40 to 60 minutes before activity, that's how long it takes for it to enter the bloodstream. And then once you start working out, that's where our joints get the most blood flow. And so that collagen will get in there. That's where you'd get the most bang for your buck with the collagen.
Smart. Very smart.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what other supplements you mentioned.
Oh, I said probiotics because there's like some company out there that's like, you want the pre and the pro and the
I get a message from them on Instagram all the time asking me to endorse them, and I'm like,
I bet. Not so much.
Or like some sort of mushroom tea, and I'm like, well, I don't like tea. I like mushrooms, but not tea. So no thanks. But yeah, so probiotics. I think gut health's very important. Do you have to take a probiotic? No. Is it going to hurt you if you take it? No. But if you're noticing like maybe you're a little more irregular or you're having some like GI issues, it's not a bad idea to try a probiotic with like multiple different strains in there just to see if that helps kind of regulate things a little bit.
But if you do that, that's not what are the odds it's going to let's say cause code browns? Like if you're not used to one.
Honestly, no, like the adverse reactions to probiotics is like very rare. The only time they would recommend people not taking them is if you are like severely immunocompromised. But I would say honestly it might improve GI issues if you're having lots of code browns during your run.
Good to know. Yeah. I'm usually code brown free, and I'd like to keep it that way. That's why I ask about that. But it's just Instagram is just trying to sell me all kinds of stuff all the time, and I never know what the real deal is behind half of it.
So you can ask me. I'm always here as a resource.
Thank you.
And a lot of times if things sound too good to be true, they probably are. You know, if they say it's going to cure like everything, you know, like a laundry list of things, it's like unlikely. So you have to be smart about it. And also like, what's their source of research? Exactly. Is it just anecdotal, or is there actually like evidence backed behind it?
Good to know. Thank you, Alex.
I'm actually glad you brought up the Instagram part because the ads I get on Instagram.
Do they sell you that shit too?
Well,
See, there goes
I'm going to tell you what they sell me is they try to sell me these AI like nutrition plans and stuff, and they show you pictures of what these guys look like with these very lean bodies, because, you know, if I'm looking to lean up, I get those ads, and I'm looking to lean up or tighten up in some areas like love handles, or what I like to call the moobs. All right. So how much does your nutrition, along with your training and strength training, align with leaning up? Like, if there's a ratio of how much you need to consider of each when you're talking to your clients and they want to lean, how much does nutrition play into that role? For example, I remember seeing this ad one time, this poster, and it said, "You are what you eat." And it showed a donut, and the guy was a bigger, heavier set guy. But then it showed an apple, and the apple had abs.
Okay. Yeah. Like the saying, the abs are made in the kitchen kind of thing.
Yes. That was actually, I think, what it said on the poster.
Yeah. Yeah. I find that nutrition plays benefits in multiple different areas. One, it can help improve athletic performance. It certainly can help with body composition, but we do have to be very careful about it. With body composition and getting leaner while training, we've had great success with it, especially over the past couple of years. Between Hannah, Mary, and I, my team, it's become one of our specialties. But we have to be really strategic in working on body comp while also fueling the workouts well, so that we don't see performance decrease. We don't see like fitness lost in running. So I think we have to have both of those. You can't just like restrict and think that, oh, I'm just going to eat less and exercise more and I'm automatically going to lose weight. Because what you're going to see is you might lose weight, but you're also going to see your energy levels, your run your run performance decline as well. And that's where people will often come to us and be like, every time I've tried to lose weight, I can't complete any of my workouts. I have no energy to go out and run. And we're like, yep, that's pretty common. We have to combine both our strategies with getting leaner with also fueling well, so that your workouts continue to get better and better. So yes, abs can be made in the kitchen, but we have to be really smart about it in a way that supports both your running goals and your body composition goals.
Well said.
All right. With that being said, then, what are some of the more common challenges you find with your clients when you're trying to get them to hone in the plan? Like, for instance, with me, with snacking. And so the goal would be try to eat a little more for breakfast. But what are some of the common challenges you're finding out there with your clients?
I would say just for us is figuring out how everyday life is maybe holding them back. It could be just mindset, right? It could be just feeling really confused and overwhelmed by nutrition. And therefore, when you're completely unsure of what decision to make with food, you don't make any decision at all and you just can eat whatever. So for us, it's how can we simplify things? We first will look for the low-hanging fruit. What are some of the simplest, easiest changes that we can make that are going to make the biggest difference in their athletic performance, in their energy levels, in starting to maybe see some body comp results? And so like for you, Eric, right away, I'd be like, okay, let's work on those breakfast meals, lunch meals, make sure that they are a legit meal that are going to get you the nutrition that you need to support your whole day, and see how that impacts your snacking and start there. So it's not like we're even really focusing on snacking. We're just focusing on eating more at breakfast and lunch and seeing how that snowballs into other areas of your life and starting there. Or maybe we'd have athletes that aren't fueling around their workouts at all. Like, okay, we're going to start having you fuel before your morning runs. Let's start with something very simple or easy and talk through some ideas of, could you have like a Pop-Tart? Could you have some applesauce? Could you have some graham crackers? Could you just drink some sports drink with some carbs in it? Whatever is going to get them to consume some sort of energy before their run, that we could just press the easy button and they can get something in, start feeling better in their runs, and get them believing. Because when we can start them seeing a difference and feeling better and feeling stronger and seeing gains, then I'm like, oh, we got you hook, line, and sinker. Like, you're in. Because I'm like, we're just getting started. Like, this is exciting.
Yeah.
So we kind of just progressively work on things and get them to where they need to be without doing an overnight revamp of everything, because that would be very overwhelming.
Are you building a calendar with them? like my running coach will have a calendar and I can look ahead and see what I got on Thursday and Friday, but you can't really like breakfast is almost the same every day. Maybe you mix it up, but how do you structure that? Like their day to day or just their day that they do every day. How do you plan that with your clients?
Yeah.
And with me in the future.
So we do, yeah, right. Okay. You're like saying, if I were a client, I'm thinking, you're going to be our client someday. Come on, Eric. Like, so we do use a food journal as a learning tool. It also provides a little bit of accountability. And the more that we know about how you're eating and drinking throughout your day and fueling your workouts, the better personalized feedback and advice that we can provide. So we do use a food journal. So as you eat and drink throughout the day, you can journal that and we can set some targets for you of like where we want your nutrition to be on a consistent day-to-day basis. And then we will also then talk about how to fuel around the workouts as well. So if you're doing a long run on Saturday, we'll talk specifically about, okay, here's some things specifically on Saturday for this long run we want to start working on, because here's where you're at right now with your nutrition. Maybe it's you can tolerate 40 grams of carb per hour, but we want you more like 60, 70, 80 on marathon day. We got to build you up as we increase that training. So it's not necessarily a calendar, but we're saying, okay, if we're X amounts a week out from your race, and here's where we're at with nutrition, we got to build you up so that you feel really comfortable and confident fueling at that rate on race day. And same thing with hydration too, knowing that Chicago can sometimes be really warm and maybe you're not great about hydrating during your runs. Be like, okay, we're going to take a handheld. We're going to make sure you have water stops during these long runs because I need you drinking at least X amount of ounces of fluid an hour in order for you to not be too dehydrated towards in that final 10K of your marathon if it's going to be a really warm one. So, and so that way when you get to those aid stations, I just told this to a triathlete, I'm like, if you're doing Hawaii 70.3 in end of May, I'm like, that's going to be a really hot race. And you are a pretty heavy sweater. I was like, I need you every 15 minutes taking 6 to 8 ounces of water. And I need you practicing with that so that when you get to Hawaii and you can get to those aid stations and it's easy for you to take those down and you won't have that sloshing feeling. So that's where it's not necessarily a calendar, but it's just chipping away at where we need you to be.
I don't know why I didn't realize that if you're not used to taking in so many carbs during your race, if you're like a 40 gram per hour person and you just up it, like that's Code Brown City, isn't it? Like you're just going to overload.
Or Vomit City or just like anything. Yeah, like you just.
I never really realized that. I would have just like kind of gone with it, but I mean, that was me. Lucky for me, I think I can handle it pretty well, but maybe I have a higher tolerance than I thought I did. Like I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a pretty like veteran runner and you probably have a bit of an iron gut just from years of running, absolutely, you probably could get away with it. But honestly, you
Still
might be doing your training is a disservice because you might be doing an 18, 20 mile run and you still need to be fueling at that high rate. And if you're more of a newbie as well, one tip that you could do is like, let's say you're doing a 16-mile run on Saturday. I would fuel it as if you're running 18 miles. And then when you do an 18-mile run, fuel it as if you're doing like 20, 22 miles. So then when you get to that final long run, fuel it like you're doing the freaking marathon so that you are actually gut-wise prepared for marathon day.
That is
Do you look at their schedule and see they have like an 18-mile day run and talk to them about that ahead of time?
We have calls with them every 2 weeks. So usually I have an idea of what's coming up in training. Yeah. And so I'll be like, okay, this run, we're going to do that. Or this one, we're going to practice your carb load the day before. And then I'm going to have you fuel like this. And we try and practice everything that we can in advance.
Oh, I have a question for you, Alex.
Yeah.
So besides Chicago, yes, I am doing Chicago, but over the summer, I have myself a 72-hour ultra.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. So one of the hardest things is continuing to eat. Like how much should I be upping my caloric intake during these kind of races?
So you're talking about during
burning, like.
So you should, first of all, you should be doing like a 3-day carb load in advance, which sounds rough, but like, and when I say a proper carb load, I'm talking like 80% of your calories should be carbohydrates.
That is not a
for
problem.
3 days. It sounds like it's not a problem, but I'm telling you, it
Probably
gets
gonna be all
tiring.
bageled out, and
you will be
there is
bageled
too
out.
many carbs.
Yeah,
Such
yeah.
thing.
So there's that, and then because that carb load is going to save your ass in the race. I don't care how many grams of carb you were taking per hour during a 72-hour race. You have to carb load. During the race with those long distance ultras that are multiple days, it gets to a point where any calorie is a good calorie. It's not necessarily that like a burrito or a slice of pizza or like top ramen is going to like enhance your performance, but it's going to prevent flavor fatigue. It's going to give you a morale booster. It's going to give you a really good dose of salt because you're going to be sweating for 72 hours straight. So there's other benefits to it other than, and it will give you a source of carbs as well. But because with those ultra races, it's not like you're going marathon effort for 72 hours. You're going at a much easier effort. So your gut tolerance is a lot better because you're not going at that really fast, higher effort pace.
Good to know. Yeah. That is the hardest part, is wanting to eat, because you just get so tired and you're like, all right, what's more important right now, eating or sleeping? So probably eat while I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the hydration mixes for ultra runners because you do have to stay up on fluids so well. And if you've got a good dose of carbs in there, it helps reduce a lot of the eating that you need to do.
Great idea.
But eventually you do get kind of tired of that stuff. So you need to have stuff that's really kind of mild, that's not super sweet. I really like the Scratch high carb stuff. It's got the raspberry one is not, it's like sweet, but not super sweet. And Tailwind, I think, is coming out with a new high carb product here soon. Awesome. And they also have a naked flavor one. So you could put that in. It's very mildly sweet. So you could add that in there just to up the carbs without adding a lot of flavor to it. So yeah, you kind of have to get creative with all of those products to kind of figure out, how do I get enough calories in there to keep me going for 72 hours? That's not going to like take up a huge amount of time so that I can just lay down and fall asleep.
Good call. Yeah. And that flavor fatigue is real. Like there are just times where I'm like, I can't even look at this stuff right now. I just need to eat something.
I would agree with that. Because when I was at that 3-day gravel camp, I carb loaded the first day I got there. And then it was 3 days of riding. By Sunday, I was like, I cannot look at like any candy. I took a Morton gel that third day, and actually the Morton gel went down really nicely. I was kind of worried that I wasn't going to like it. But even though it was sweet, it just was like super easy. So I was really thankful for Morton gels that final day because I could get that down pretty easily. But any like sugary chews, I was like, no thanks. I ate like a whole party pack of Hawaii rolls that weekend. That was like,
God, aren't those
as soon as I woke up or before I went to bed, I would have like 4 or 5 Hawaii rolls.
Yep.
They're
those
amazing.
are like the sweet rolls, right?
Yeah, they're a little bit sweeter, but like yet like not like sugary sweet. They just were like,
exactly.
I don't know.
I did that 72-hour race last year, and I made myself little ham and cheese and pickle sandwiches, like mustard, and I put them on those sweet rolls, and they were like, those hit the spot. So
they're the best.
Enough.
I buy them for my kids, and so I was really excited to have an entire 24 party pack of Hawaii rolls to myself that weekend.
Absolutely. Put it to good use.
Quick question about, you said for Erica's Ultra, about a 3-day carb load. For a marathon, if you're thinking you're going to be about a 4-hour marathon, average runner, how much of an early carb load should you be doing? Because typically someone might just do pasta the night before, but should you be going more than one day?
You could do 2 days. It would depend on how much carbs you get in the day. Some people just really struggle with like getting the full carb amount in. And so I'll be like, okay, well, let's extend it today and we can lower that number a little bit. So like, for example, if like I was calculating one today for a guy and it was like 550 to 600 grams of carb for a 1-day carb load for him. But if like that was like impossible for someone to get in, I'm like, okay, well, let's do like 2 days at 300 or 350 or something like that.
How does somebody know exactly how much they're getting too, by the way? Like me, I go to work and we have a cafe at work. So I go and just ask them to make me a bagel sandwich. Is this like you just think, okay, a bagel is an average of this many carbs? Or How do you track that? Like that?
I would journal it. Like you could just pull up My Fitness Pal and you could track it. Say, hey, I gotta get to, and you can pre-enter it in. Like if you kind of plan out your day of what you're going to do for a carb load, pre-enter it into My Fitness Pal and see how many grams of carb it is.
Is that an app like that you and your clients use?
We don't use My Fitness Pal. We use I use a coaching portal that has a journal in there. So I told this athlete today, hey, put your carb load in advance, send me a message. I'll look through it and make sure it looks okay. Because sometimes I'll look through it and I'll just have a few thoughts, or like they might have too much juice in there. Like I had one marathon runner who, for some reason, he just last minute decided to drink a bunch of apple juice on his carb load day, and then he had Code Brown quite a bit during his run the next day. I'm like, well, apple juice, we give that to babies sometimes when they're constipated. So I'm thinking that might not have been a good idea to drink 3-4 glasses of apple juice that day. Because then he even had, I think, the glass like the morning before his long run. And I was like, dude, no, let's no more than 1 glass of juice for your carb load. It's just like use a sports drink or something else.
That.
Yeah. So like there's just a few things here and there that I might look through and just like give some feedback, or like if they just put bagels for the entire day, and I'm like, you can do like rice. And he's like, rice? I didn't even thought of rice. And I was like, yep, we could change it up. You don't have to just eat bagels with jam all day.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah.
So if you're carb loading over multiple days, you're pretty much going to carry it over as long as you're not doing any hard effort in between those days, right? Like if you're carb loading 2 days before your marathon, and if you do like a shakeout run, like you're still going to carry over quite a few, right?
Yeah, you'll burn through a little bit of glycogen, and I would, fuel that little shakeout run. You want, like, the goal is to really go into that race with topped off glycogen stores. So even the morning of the race, you're going to still have some race carbs to, again, just top things off. Because even though we're tapering, we're still using some energy during those days before the race, like as a shakeout run, or you're walking around the expo of your race. Like you're still getting movement, and your body's still using carbs. So you want to just stay up on that. That's why we kind of calculate your needs and then fuel it before the race, and you go into the race well stocked up and ready to go. And you'll feel kind of like a puffed up chip bag is how I describe it, because those glycogen stores are real full. There's some water weight in there that's going to help keep you hydrated. And you'll just, honestly, that's what that final 10K feels really great, when you had a good proper carb load. And whenever I have a marathoner that's like never done a proper carb load, I'm like, just you wait for that final 10K. And they're like, oh my God, I've never felt so strong in the last 2 miles. They're like, I practically sprinted. And I'm like, yeah, that's that carb load there. It's coming in clutch.
I have to say, so I just had last weekend my goal marathon for like this whole winter. I trained for it, and I actually figured out my carb ratios, whatever worked for me, and I did not hit the wall. I felt fantastic, and I was like, I've never done this before. Like, what did I had to like go back and figure out what I did. And I did use the StretchLab's high carb, super high carb. And like, I probably made way too much, but like I had enough fuel through the whole thing.
Did you carry a handheld then?
I had a vest, so I had 2 flasks with it. So and I even make it a little extra concentrated because they're bigger than like what the bag calls for. So it's like 500 mils, but I wound up making more because I have the 2 flasks, and so I had enough.
Yeah, I have a vest for the bike, and I love it so much. It's so slick. I have to practice finishing all of the fluid in there. That's what I'm working on right now, is practicing like I have to count how many gulps I'm taking each time, and like watch the clock and make sure that I stay on top of it, so that I finish it all, so that I get all of the carbs from it. That's the trick about the liquids, is you have to actually drink it in order to get those carbs.
Exactly. But I nailed it. I was really proud of myself.
Awesome. I'm so excited for you, Erica. Congrats.
Thank you.
Brand new PR.
Yeah. I felt really
Crushed
good.
it.
But out of the 57 marathons I've done so far, that was like the first one I didn't bonk in. Jesus.
Isn't that wild?
So wild.
That's
Earned
amazing.
it. Absolutely earned it.
But this is such good information, Alex. I'm so glad we had you to back on to talk.
Well, now I'm your nutrition guru. You have to have.
You are.
I got to be a regular now.
You are. We're going to make it yearly now, not every 2 years. I keep thinking of things. So we're all over the map. I know that. But I like that you said this is, everyone's very individualized. And let me tell you, I've never had a nutrition coach. I don't even Google it a lot. And what I think a good bit of runners do is they kind of just read what the label says. So for instance, and this doesn't work for me. So I'm telling you right now, I've learned this doesn't work. So I need to figure it out. But the label on a gel or blocks will say, take one 15 minutes before and then like every 30 minutes. And at some point, if this is more than 10 miles, I don't want to take another gel. How do you work with your clients and your athletes about mixing it up and not always having the same thing on a run that gets you through it? Because eventually on my third gel, I'm like, I'm done with gels. And that's how I felt in my last marathon. And I just powered through the last 10 miles and didn't take another gel. Right. So, and I regretted it, but I was done. And I will say, Ironman training, I always like to pull from the course. And when I did the Ironman, I would pull from the course and there'd be chips and pretzels and Coke. It was great. You don't have that at a marathon.
No.
And I got to figure that out because I don't like to carry a lot of fuel with me. I always like to pull. And I think I need to start adapting here.
Yeah. A couple options are you could have a variety of different gels with different like flavor profiles. Like the precision hydration gels are very neutral flavored. They're just kind of sweet. Same thing with like Morton gels. To me, the Morton gels taste like marshmallows, but it's just the texture.
I gotta try
a little bit thick. Yeah.
A couple people have said Morton's. I've never had a Morton's yet.
They're expensive. That's like the biggest downside of them is they're just like so pricey. But I will say once you get used to the texture, they go down really clean. Like they don't coat your mouth and like leave that like gel flavor there where you're like having to always drink water to kind of get it all down. The other one that comes to mind is doing the gels that are higher carb amounts. So you don't have to take as many. There's some that will have 40 in there. The Precision Hydration has 30. Cis Beta Fuel, Morton have 40 grams of carb gels. And then there's one that's called Carbs Fuel. That's 50 grams of carb per gel. It is, it's a larger gel. I have some here. Hold on.
Love it.
So here's a regular Morton gel, and here's the Carbs Fuel. So you can see it's quite a bit more, but very neutral flavor. It's got kind of a texture of maple syrup, maybe a little bit thicker than maple syrup. 50 grams of carb per gel, and this is $2 versus this one's like $4
at least.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this one's the steal, this Carbs Fuel. So I am kind of a fan of this one, but I usually rotate between a few different ones in my training. And I used to, in my triathlon days, I would not take gels, but that was like 10 years ago. And our only options were basically goo and Honey Stinger, I think was pretty new still. And now it's actually one of my favorites versus like outside of the hydration mixes.
The big white one, the Carbs Fuel one.
I will do the Morton. I'll do Carbs Fuel, and then Precision is probably the other one that I'll do.
I actually have the Precision drink mix, like the high carb drink mix that they have.
Yeah.
Too.
They're really neutral. It's a good product. But I have a lot of athletes that like the Cis Beta Fuel, which is 40 grams. So there's lots of options where you don't have to take quite as many gels, but you're going to get more carbs from them.
This is great.
You just have to practice it and make sure your gut is used to taking a little bit higher quantity versus taking like a 20 gram gel every 20 minutes.
This is great.
Fun fact thing that just to share with some listeners. So I do really like the StretchLab stuff, and I saw that you can make your own gels out of the super high carb stuff by mixing it with like an applesauce, like one of the go-go squeezes.
I haven't done it yet, but that's super intriguing.
Because I have a real texture problem. Like I cannot do gels, but I do like applesauce.
Same.
And I feel like it won't make it that much thicker because it's like 2 scoops of the super high carb mix. So I'm gonna try it and I will report back because
Please
I'm
do.
just super intrigued about it. I bought one of those little reusable flasks, like the tiny ones, so you can make your own like gels in it.
Yeah, they're like a
And-
silicone thing. Yep.
Yep, reusable, washable. So I'm really intrigued on how to do that. But I figure I'm like, for Chicago and New York, they don't let you bring vests. Like those are not allowed for the big majors.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could carry like the flasks a different way, but I just don't like to. So I gotta think of some other ways to get those carbs
Yeah.
in.
The Brooks 3-pocket sports bra has
Oh God, that's so smart.
you could do like the back pocket. I don't know if I'd put the flask.
Put the phone instead, and
Yeah, you could put it back there. That would be out of the way. I wouldn't put it in the pocket like on your side because your arm would bump and you might get some chafing.
Just
But I
squish it everywhere.
would stick it right in there.
That's really smart.
Because you'd have a little more space.
I don't have that option.
You should
Sorry.
wear that Brooks 3-pocket sports bra, Eric, in New York.
Yeah, I mean,
you
I
go.
would get some support, but
For those moves.
for the moves, you're awesome. I got one more, and I'm going to save the rest for later, for next time.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
Morning runners versus evening runners, or even just someone who does more morning workouts versus evening workouts. What are some key things a morning runner has to focus on after their run throughout the day? And then what are key things someone who works out at night has to focus on besides just going to bed right away?
Yeah. Okay. So let's start with the morning. So you get your morning workout done, have a really good breakfast to kickstart that recovery, and then make sure that you're having, again, we talked about this earlier, a good, decent actual lunch, not like a side salad and a half a sandwich. I'm talking like a meal, and then some sort of afternoon snack, and then a dinner. Like you have to provide that consistent supply of energy so that your body recovers really nicely from that workout and you're ready to go for the next morning. Because if you underfueled all day, you might have like sweets cravings, endless hunger in the evenings, kind of have this binge, and then going to bed uncomfortably full, not sleeping well, and then like starting this really nasty little cycle. So that's where I would focus on if you're a morning runner. In the evening, pretty similar advice, but I would just make sure that you're timing out how you're fueling around that evening workout, kind of depending on how late you're running. If you're doing like you get done with work at 4, you're doing like a 4:30, 5 o'clock run, then having dinner afterwards, then I would have like an afternoon snack sometime at work to use as fuel for that run. If you're running really late in the evening, maybe a treadmill workout after the kids go to bed, then I would have like an early dinner, give yourself enough time for that meal to digest, and then having some sort of like post-run recovery snack or maybe protein shake of some sort with some carbs, and then getting yourself to bed. I know it can be tough sometimes to get your body to like relax after that evening run, but some people are pros and they can just pass out easily.
That is not me. I am the evening runner, but if I don't get it done at like 5 o'clock and it goes any later, I am up till like midnight.
And if you don't have like a good breakfast or lunch, like you can go into that afternoon run really like low energy and really suffer and like almost like hungry low energy. It's not fun. So, that consistency and routine and schedule of eating is so important.
Doesn't your body get used to when you eat too? So like if you're not eating at like a certain time, you get hungry too. Like my body is used to eating at this time. I should eat.
Yeah, and some people like they do that every day. They skip meals and then their body just kind of gets used to that. And then they report to me, I don't ever get hungry. I'm like, well, yeah, because you don't feed your body. It's not used to getting fed. Oh. And so after like a week or two of them actually eating a breakfast and a lunch, they're like, oh my God, I get hungry now at meals. I'm like, yeah, your body's happy. It's ready. Its metabolism is running. Things are happening. And so, yeah, we're going to have to stay on this schedule now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this has been great. You've given us so much good information. And last year, as I was training for a marathon, I think my biggest struggle was, one, finding the time to get the runs in when I needed. I'm not a Saturday long run person. I made it Fridays because weekends are impossible. Nice. But then sometimes it'd be like, how can I squeeze in a run? And I wasn't properly planning my fueling throughout the day. So this year, the goal is to better align the two, and we'll probably talk soon. But that was enough nutrition talk, or maybe our questions until next time. But what I really want to talk about is something I love and I'm passionate about, and that's podcasting.
Yeah.
And since you've been on last time, you started your own podcast, the Endurance Eats podcast. I want to hear all about this. Tell me more.
Yeah, it's always been on my radar. I think you and I talked about it like 2 years ago. I was like, yeah, someday I'll do a podcast. I needed to get to a point in my life where I could do it justice. You know, I like anything that I do, I want to do it really well. I want it to be well thought out, well planned. And so, in 2024, when we started out the year and we were talking about goals, I was like, okay, let's plan out this podcast. And because I'm a busy mom of 3 now, I do seasons. So we just finished season 1, which started January 1 of this year. We wrapped up end of March. So we have 15 episodes in season 1. I do have some bonus mid-season episodes that are getting released now between now and July when we release season 2. So it allows me to kind of catch back up because I try and record almost everything well in advance so that we can edit, I can prep promotional stuff for it. I can take some time to reflect on the season, what hit, what didn't get listened to as much, so I can tweak more episodes that I know people are interested in learning about. And so like we had episode 2 was all about creatine. I had a researcher on creatine come, and it was been wildly popular. Yeah, you should definitely listen to it with Dr. Scott Forbes. It was awesome. I just got to answer all of the questions that I had myself and that what I knew other people had for questions. And in season 2, I'm having an expert on caffeine, and then an expert come on.
I need that one.
And ketones is another one that I get a lot of questions about. So I'm really researching who I want to have on as a guest to like ask the tangible applicable questions, like not just like the research, but like how do we take this information and apply it to just an everyday real world person that needs that information to be successful as a runner.
Ketones are another thing Instagram's trying to sell me.
The pro athletes promoting that. And I'm like, you are not taking that. That tastes like crap. It does. It tastes awful. I haven't tried it, but I've just like
I have not tried it.
All I hear from people is like, it tastes horrible. So bad. So bad. And it's expensive. And I'm like, why would you buy that? Like just buy Morton gels if you're going to spend your money.
Still an interesting topic, though.
Yeah.
So you said seasons. So you record everything and then you plan it all out and then say all the episodes are done, whether it's 10 or 15, whatever. And then you plan out the release drop date. So are they weekly? Or are they twice a week?
They're weekly. Yes. So every week. This season 1, we did the first week released 3 episodes that on the launch day. So that was just a little bit different, just so there was a few episodes to listen to that first week. But yeah, it's weekly. The bonus episodes are about every other week here. And they're a little bit shorter and fun. Oh, I see your cat there.
I told you she was going to come.
I love it.
She's sitting on the side. Yeah, the little tail's like coming in. All right.
Yeah. So anyways, it's been honestly so fun to have a new way to serve this amazing endurance community.
It's a lot of fun. And you must have just dropped a bonus because I listened to the solo one where you talked a lot more about cycling. And I was like, yes, because I've been seeing the content. How much of a role does Hannah and Mary play in your team? Or is this really just a you project?
It's mainly a me project, but they were in 2 episodes of season 1. And then this last bonus episode, they just came on and we talked about our own fueling plans because Mary's running Boston. And I wanted her to share more about how she plans to fuel herself for that race. And she's a very well-seasoned marathoner. And then Hannah just had a baby a year ago. And so her husband is doing Boston. He does a lot of racing. And so she shared some insights of how he does his fueling. And then I have an upcoming gravel race here in about a month. So I'm kind of planning out my own race nutrition. We'll see how it goes. And so I'm like getting into it. It's like basically starting from scratch here because it's been so long since I've done any like significant, like intense racing. So stay tuned for more updates on how that goes.
Can't wait to hear about it.
So much fun.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, I'm doing something new. We've never really done this, but let's do some rapid fire real quick. You know,
Okay.
you don't have to dive. You can spare the details on this one. All right. As we like to say, spare no
Okay,
details.
I'll try.
Spare the details. Favorite morning snack before a long endurance day?
Pancakes with syrup.
All right. Favorite fuel?
I already shared this, but I shared the 3 gels that I've been rotating through, and then the super high carb.
Yes.
All right. Favorite post long endurance day meal?
What do I really love? I have this dish that I make. It's like Asian noodles with some ground beef and vegetables in it. And I just use ramen noodles because those are cheap and easy, and they hold
They're
together
so
really
good
nice.
too.
It's like, and so my husband loves like Chinese noodles, like from a Chinese restaurant, but it took me quite a long time to finally find a sauce that was like legit. And when I found it, I tried it first, and I was like, oh, I did it. And he's like, we shall see. And he sits down with his little bowl, and he like takes a bite, and he looks at me, he goes, Alex, you did it. And I go, I know. It was so exciting. So I have to put the recipe together and put it on my blog. I haven't gotten to it yet, but honestly, it would make a great like post-workout or even like a carb loading one, because you'd get a really good like preload of sodium too. So I have to put it together and actually put it on my blog. I haven't yet.
I'll be making
But that's
that
probably
one.
my favorite. It's so good.
I like to do that with teriyaki, like teriyaki sauce and stuff. I am a big teriyaki fiend.
Yeah, this uses a dark soy sauce, which is definitely different than regular soy sauce. It's worth getting the dark soy sauce. It just like, it's so rich and like, yep, it's legit.
So that sounds really actually not that bad for you. But what is your favorite cheat meal or snack or drink?
I don't know. I don't really use that term cheat meals because like food has no moral value. But if I were to like splurge,
like a treat yourself kind of thing.
I treat myself. Honestly, I'd go for like sushi because I don't know how to make that at home. So anytime we go to eat, I'm like, let's go get something that I can't make at home. And
there you go.
And if it's got like what's that? Shrimp tempura in it. Like, I just love that. So good.
All right. What's your favorite thing to do in Minnesota?
Go to the lake, go to the cabin in the summer. It's the best.
Sounds wonderful. What is your favorite part of your podcast?
Truly, it has been the feedback from people once things get published. I was very nervous. I was like, are people going to like it? And I was speaking on a panel at a local running shoe store in February. And during the Q&A, this woman like raises her hand. She goes, I just want to share that your podcast is my favorite podcast to listen to. And I like thought I was going to explode and just like, I was so honored. So it was really sweet to just hear like that feedback from people that it's helping them with their nutrition, that it's casual enough that it's easy to listen to and understand. It's not too sciencey where you have to think a lot, but it's like you can get some tangible advice from.
Perfect. You nailed the balance between fun and educational.
Yeah, that's like totally my goal. And so when they come back and give me that feedback, I'm like, oh my God, I did it. So that's been probably the best part, because it's so much work, as you guys know, to put together a podcast. It's not an easy undertaking. Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely freaking love it. It's a lot of fun. And if you ever have questions for me, ask away.
I will.
All right. This one has been a debate for a while. Before you go to bed, when you go to brush your teeth, do you put toothpaste on the toothbrush, then water? Or do you go water, then toothpaste, and then water?
I do toothpaste first and then water.
That's the way to do it. That's
it? Oh, I didn't know there was a right or wrong way.
I think that settles the debate, Erica. I'm right, you're not.
I do water, toothpaste, and then water because I feel like it makes extra bubbles somehow. Like more water.
Okay.
What the hell do I know?
Well, I think if I've ever wet the toothbrush first, I've always put water then on after the toothpaste because I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I have to do it both ways. It's like a water sandwich with, toothpaste in the middle. I don't know. Good question, Eric.
Now, Alex, you get the two big questions we always ask. You're familiar with one because it's never changed, but mine changes every year. This year, we are having an on the runs imaginary, maybe we'll really do it though, pasta dinner where all our guests from 2025 are coming to the pasta dinner and we're going to carb load and we're going to eat all the good stuff. Yes. And you get to bring a +1. You can bring anybody, alive or dead, but only one person. Who are you going to bring?
My gosh, I have so many people that pop in my head. Like at first, just to be funny, I was like Obama because I miss that man so much.
Well, guess what? Michelle's coming already.
Michelle? Yeah. Oh, is she? Okay, good. Because I love her so much. Well, maybe we won't bring Obama because we don't need them as a couple.
And he's dating Jennifer Aniston. So
did anyone say Taylor? Did anyone say Taylor Swift?
Not yet.
No.
Oh, she would be really fun. But I don't know. Jason Kelsey looks like a hoot. Like he just looks hilarious, and he would just be a party. So I'd bring the party.
All right, I like that one. So we got some great people because we have Jason Kelsey now, we have Michelle Obama, we have Oprah, we have Jesus, we have Lewis Hamilton. Erica, who am I missing?
Fidippides.
We have some good people. We have some good people here.
All right.
We've got quite the assortment, and I love it.
Yeah.
And Erica and I were both very excited for Michelle Obama, so we hope we can make that happen.
I love her.
I adore her. She's amazing.
She's got arms to die for too.
Yeah, she's just this very strong, powerful, like female person to have in the world. I just love her. Yeah.
All right, Alex. So you actually know my question because you have chosen a song before, but I still am going strong with this.
Don't remember what I said.
Playlist. I just looked it up. You picked "Fire" from Gavin DeGraw.
Oh, did I? Okay.
So that is great. With a great song. But would you like to add another one to our Spotify playlist?
Yeah. I will add "Alive" from Sia.
Ooh. We have everybody chooses Unstoppable, but I don't actually know this one by her. So now we got Alive.
Sometimes like it comes on and I'm just like, I'm alive. Like during my workout. Just
perfect. Gives you those vibes.
Yeah.
Going
just
strong.
like I'm alive and suffering and
but feeling good.
Yeah.
Excellent choice.
Well, this was awesome. Real quick, Minnesota Golden Gophers or Minnesota Duluth Bulldogs?
Oh, Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. That's right, because you're up there in Duluth. So I figured I wanted to ask that one.
Yeah, my husband would probably say Bulldogs now, but it would be really hard for him to like stray from the Gophers. He likes the Gophers.
You got 6 Division I hockey teams in Minnesota alone.
I know.
And that high school tournament is massive there.
Yeah, people come from all over to come. Like, it is insane, and it's really good hockey to watch.
It is. But what's up with all their like haircuts they have for the announcements when they all skate up to the line? Yeah. It's not hockey hair. They do ridiculous stuff with their hair just for that one moment.
Yeah, so they have this random guy that does a YouTube special afterwards where he will like rank the hockey hair, and so the like bigger, curlier, bleached color usually does well.
Yeah, it's usually bleached.
Yeah, it's usually bleached, and they're awful, and like oftentimes like facial hair involved because these are like high school boys, and so it's ridiculous. But the video of like the hockey hair is actually quite funny and
it is entertainment. It's
to
a
me.
hoot.
I need to know what this is about.
Oh, it's a classic every time.
If you just type like Minnesota State High School hockey hair, you can go back years of this guy. He does a little YouTube thing, and
so this has been around for a while.
It's been around a while, and so these kids, they grow out their hair all season long in hopes that they get to state so that they can do the hockey hair.
So, Erica, the state championship game for all the Minnesota divisions is where the Minnesota Wild play their NHL games. We do the same thing in Boston. They all play at the Garden where the Bruins play. but they don't typically sell at the Garden except for maybe the Elite 8 game.
Mhm.
Every game at the Excel Center in St. Paul, Minnesota
Sold out.
is sold out.
That's
Yeah. It's
awesome.
wild. It's really good hockey. I mean, there's recruiters that come because a lot of the kids get, to end up in the. I mean,
It's
I'm
the state of
sure
hockey.
because
Love it.
Moorhead won this year, and I don't know if he's an actual coach or if he's like just an assistant, but it's Matt Cullen, who is a former professional hockey player. He played for the Wild for the last couple of years of his career, and so his kid was on the team. And then there is this, I think it's Mason Kraft is also on there. There's guaranteed he's going to end up in the NHL. He scored so many goals that tournament. It was
Wow.
wild. So yeah, it's fun to watch because you're going to see them playing pro here in the future. But yeah, it's like hockey is just life up here. And
Yeah. I'm looking around my room right now because I got the boys' little mini Minnesota Wild hockey sticks when I was there. And I had to take them away because they became weapons. And I'm where is it? I want to show you. But I promise you, I have 3 of them.
Yeah, I believe you. And I believe you that they used them as weapons. Because
yes.
We have the little floor hockey sticks and they're hiding in my office right now because we had my nephews over and I was like, yeah, they're going to chip a tooth here.
Right. Right. They're going to be like me. I don't know. A little secret here, Alex.
His,
oh my God.
He doesn't do that for many people. You're special.
I have a chipped tooth too. I have a wicked chipped tooth too. So yeah.
From hockey?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The chipped tooth was street hockey, was swinging a stick around or something like that. So
love it.
Yeah. Well, hey, this was awesome. You're great. You are now the official, can we make this yearly? Can we bring you on? We'll prep.
Heck, we can do it every 6 months. You have as much as you need.
Love it.
Yeah, we'll do stuff. We'll make sure every episode's a little different. We're asking different questions. We'll prep better, and maybe we can get aligned with the topic we want to talk about. Maybe off season.
Yeah, we could poll your audience on Instagram and just ask them what they have questions on. Put me in the hot seat. Honestly, I'm very comfortable.
We could do an Ask Alex
rapid
anything.
fire. Yes, love it.
And AMA.
Yes, sure.
Well, hey, this was great. And I really hope everyone listening enjoyed this because as we all know from last year, that marathon for me was a struggle because I hadn't done one in a while and it was a few years since my first Ironman. So everything I was doing, Alex, was no more than a half a marathon. And I could crush that off a few gels and just good running and training.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was very humbled last November and I said, no marathons this year. Let's just stick to halves. And then I got into New York and I felt like I had to try because my sister was running and I got in. So I need to do better. We'll chat more. Yeah. And this was a lot of fun. This was super fun. And I'm glad I got my questions out there. And I hope everyone listening enjoyed that too.
Awesome.
But Alex, you got to let everybody know where they can find you.
I'm on social media at Alex Larson Nutrition, and my website is alexlarsonnutrition.com. And as we said before, my podcast is Endurance Eats.
Check it out.
Spotify, Apple, all the places. On YouTube as well. So
excellent.
Check it out and support Alex. Like we've said, for anyone who is helping us brand wise, you guys go out there and you support them, support Alex too, show that it works and go out there, listen to her podcast, give her all the ratings too and subscribe and watch everything. Support the people who support us because we love them. They're awesome. You're wicked awesome, Alex. Something we like to say here in the Northeast. Thank you for doing this so much.
I appreciate it.
Alex, thank you for coming back on. We missed you. You were just so awesome sharing more of your knowledge. We appreciate you, and we can't wait to get you back for another one because you're always welcome.
That was
OG Pod fam.
Yeah, that was fantastic because do you remember when we got the email from her PR lady Genevieve? And I forwarded it to you and I was like, what do you think? We could do a few things with this. Do we just say, we already had her on, thanks, but no? Or do we say, let's have her back on, ask her some new questions? That's kind of how the conversation went with Genevieve. Okay, what direction would we go with this?
Yeah.
And then Alex kind of brought up, I forget if it was during the recording or off air, she would come back and do more of this. And I started thinking okay, we could have our own OTR nutritionist that comes on every once in a while and talks nutrition. And maybe every time can be a different topic. Maybe we have people call in or like on, Instagram, send a question. I think the
we got
call-ins would be
tons of
cool though.
options.
I would love to
Definitely.
do that. Like,
Yes. You
maybe
think people would do that?
maybe they
Or do we need a
record
poll?
something. I think it would like maybe so next time, guys, let us know what you think. Next time we'll take your questions, what you want to ask her. Now it's hard because it's also very individualized. So there would kind of have to be basic questions that aren't, like if you ask, what should I have during my marathon? Like that's hard because if it's a question on an Instagram thing or a call in, you really don't know who the person is or anything about them. So that's
could be a question like, if I eat an entire cheese pizza and drink a 6-pack, will I PR my half marathon like Eric did that one time? Except it wasn't a cheese pizza.
A couple hours of sleep and a night in the hot tub and
What will happen? What's the worst that can happen?
Right. But that was awesome. Alex from Minnesota, 2 weeks in a row, a Minnesota guest.
We've had a lot of random Minnesota stuff lately. So we've had the awesome guests of Alex and Ellen. And then also we've found random like events that have been happening in Minnesota. One of them being like a lettuce eating competition.
Yeah. And then a pencil
What was
event.
the other one?
Like, I don't know if my phone thinks I'm still in Minnesota for my work trips and that we're talking to people from Minnesota, but we saw a pencil event. And like everyone's dressed as pencils. They had this huge pencil and they were sharpening. We're talking like bigger than the wavy wacky inflatable tube guy.
It was enormous. It was probably at least like 15 feet high. Like I don't know. That it was just a very random event that people really got into.
I know, huge
so
crowd.
They're doing it right over in Minnesota.
Hey, the other thing we need to do is we need to congratulate Alex because she just raced in a gravel bike race. Got super muddy. Go check out the photos. Like her face is covered in mud.
Yeah, Alex.
And I think she shocked herself a little bit because she like went really hard for 20 miles and felt amazing and got second place. And I don't think she was expecting any of that.
Oh, you go, girl. That's fantastic. That is not an easy sport.
No. And she's posting today on her stories just like, I can't believe it. This is like, wow. Yesterday was
she worked hard for that.
I love that she's found this like sport of gravel biking and getting really competitive with it. Like she talked about how she did a lot of trainer rides. She wasn't comfortable going outside and now she's racing, getting all muddy and dirty in Minnesota. It's freaking
that
awesome.
Sounds so fun. And we know how hard she worked for that. So she earned that second place.
So she's great. Guys, if you really like, we don't have any deals through Alex, but reach out to her. Check it in the show notes. I think she works really well with endurance athletes. And if you're training for anything like half marathon, bigger ultras, Ironmans, like she's done all these races. Mm-hmm. She knows a lot about her. Like this is her full-time job. She has a team of people who work for her. So this is super cool. And I love that we connected with her years ago. So she was one of the very first people to reach out to us to come on the podcast long time ago.
I'll
always remember that day getting a message. I got 2 that day. She was one of them. And I was like, Erica, someone wants to be on the podcast.
We did it.
And I didn't reach out to them. They reached out to us. And then it happened again an hour later. I'm like, oh my God, what's happening?
Yay.
It was awesome. Hey, you know what else? We need to thank. We have partners. We have sponsors. This is so cool. Like 171 episodes. We have partners and sponsors to talk about. Huge thank you. Erica's showing it right there on the screen. My Race Tats. Forward is a pace. Don from My Race Tats is awesome. Don't forget to check out his website. Click the link in the show notes. Whatever you purchase, 15% of that sale, that purchase, goes towards my New York City fundraising. The other one, Right Socks. They are doing the same thing. They stepped up and put the same money towards fundraising and the same affiliate link where 15% of what you buy goes towards our fundraising. And let me tell you, I've been running with my 2 pairs of Right Socks the last couple of days, and I lost them in the laundry. They're going to pop up, but I have 2 pairs right now, different colors. So today on my run, I just like, well, I got a left and a right. I had a blue sock and a gray sock.
Whatever.
They were amazing. They are like legit. They're amazing. I think when I go to buy more, I'm going to buy a little shorter ones. They're a little high on my ankles, which is fine.
Yeah, those are the mini crews I think that you have,
Yeah.
but I actually enjoy those. They
You
make me
got
feel
some
young.
long ones too that go like up the calf. How do you like that?
Actually, I think Tara and or Lindsay took those. I kept the short ones because I have
their
a
report on the recrep then.
Yeah. Let's do it.
But thank you to My Race Tats and Right Socks. Thank you to Firefly. And I need to say this now.
I'm listening.
Of all the things I give you crap for, I make sure to give you kudos. But UFOs has stepped up to the plate. And on August 2nd at the raffle night, you will have the chance to win a $100 UFOs gift card. Thanks to Erica.
And my cousin Jen.
And her cousin
Thank
Jen.
you, Jen.
And I really hope, Jen, if you're listening, I want to talk more. I want to partner more. I want can we make UFOs part of our On the Runs family here somehow? Like I actually
God, they know how much I love their
talk
shoes.
about
I
them all
must
the
have
time.
like
I mean, basically
15
free ads all the
pairs.
time. Hashtag no free ads, as we used to say. We have another company. I'm going to talk about them right now. They have stepped up for the raffle night as well. I have yet to receive what they are going to send, but there is a company out there called Bare Butt Wipes. And I can't wait to get these and try them.
Cool.
And actually, I want to have the owner of the company, which is less than a year old, come on the podcast. Maybe around their 1 year anniversary. Sam, what do you think about that?
That's so special. I'd love that.
I want to try these out. So I'm hoping, in a weird way, I'm saying right now,
You're hoping that you're gonna have to take a shit while you're out for a run, and there's no toilet paper and or a bathroom.
Apparently, they're biodegradable, which is
always a plus.
I've never heard of that before with like a
environmentally conscious.
Right.
I love it.
I'm super excited. So they're going to be at the raffle night too. Not them physically. They live in Tennessee, but their product, Bare Butt Wipes, Bare, BEAR. I think it's clever.
I like it.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
What did you do this weekend? I haven't heard a peep from you.
Oh man. Well, I just went for a 7-mile run because I missed it this weekend. It rained like downpour on Saturday. And I get to pick and choose when I run. So I was like, hey, I'm going to do it on Sunday. And then Sunday rolls around and my parents, thank you so much to my parents. I got to give them huge kudos. I expressed some frustration because of the weather and I'm not able to get a ton of yard work done. We're talking like not just cutting the grass, like cutting down trees and a ton of overgrown brush. We're talking trees that are like 3-4 inches thick, right? And I don't have all the right tools for it or the battery. Actually, my Sawzall, like cutting one of these down, it burnt out.
Oh, no.
So now I got to go to Home Depot, get another one. And my parents came over Sunday. I thought just to grab a bunch of brush, I took care of Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
No, the three of us went to town because like they were there to kind of keep an eye on the boys at the same time. Ashley was home for a little bit of the time. We went to town. I have so much brush like ready. It's like probably 3-4 truckloads, trailers too, that we're going to take. We could have a huge bonfire with all this. The yard looks great besides the mountain of all these, cut down trees we cut. That was my weekend and I didn't get to run. So I ran today and I was like, I'm going to do a 6-mile loop. I think this is 6 miles. Well, thinking isn't always my best thing either. I ran 7.3 and I'm proud of it.
There you go. Long run. Got to get it in somehow. Good for you.
Yep. Had a little bit like the humidity cause a little bit of nip chafe.
Ooh.
Just that doesn't happen to me. That's not a thing. I've gotten it once before. This was on like level 1. It could have gotten worse if I kept running. If this was a big race, it would have gotten really bad. Like we're talking The Office, Steve Carell, what's his name, Michael Scott, like situation.
You need some nippies. Is that what they call it?
We didn't even get there. We weren't like Steve 305. He gets those.
Oh, Steve.
We love you, Steve. But yeah, I got in a run because I didn't get to do it over the weekend. And then I just, Adeline had a show at the Palace Theater. That's a funny story, actually.
How'd it go?
I got a funny story for you.
Yeah, go for it.
It was great. It's called Anything Goes. She stole the show with her 2 lines. Absolutely.
Really? That's adorable.
So I went to the show on the second night by myself, and my mom came and watched the boys. I bought one ticket.
Mhm.
And when I bought the ticket the day of the show, I was like, oh, there's an aisle seat available. Yes. And I got the aisle seat. It's the only one available. I was like, this is unbelievable. Not just aisle like at the end, aisle in the middle. So I had an amazing seat. And as I'm showing up to the Palace Theater and I'm walking over and I'm like, okay, here's my aisle. I know exactly where I'm sitting. Row K, seat 2, because one was on the opposite side. And there's this old lady sitting in my seat.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh boy. I'm going to be like, yo, you're in my seat, lady. Well, that wasn't the case. I was just like, oh, I think I'll sit in this one. That's fine. You can sit here. You're cool. She goes, no, I insist. And then she stands up and she's wearing a name tag that says the Palace Theater.
Oh.
And she volunteers there and gets to go to all the shows for free. So she had her family next to her in a row. And I thought it was weird when I bought the tickets. Seats like 2, 3, 4, and 5 were taken, but not seat 1. Who would take 4 seats, but not the aisle?
She was just hoping nobody was going to be there.
Right. They planned it that way thinking no one's going to buy one ticket. But of course, the dad who gets to go by himself, on the last night of the show, just so he can take his daughter home after, bought that ticket. And they thought it was comical. They weren't mad at all. And we chatted for a bit because her granddaughter was the main character.
Oh, no way.
She was fantastic. But Adeline stole the show with her 2 lines. If she was here right now, I'd have her come over and just tell her lines because you would have thought they're hilarious.
Excellent. Is she going to be home later? Maybe we can get her to log on.
No, she has. Oh my God, cheer season has already begun. Today is like outfit fitting. Like,
how does that kid do it?
checked.
How do you guys do it? Keeping track of like all the activities. That must be so.
We got a calendar. We got like this. It's called a Sky Calendar, and it works on our phone, like the app, and then it's also like this flat 24-inch screen in our kitchen, touch screen, and we just. God, it's the only reason I have Facebook because all the cheerleading stuff is done on Facebook, schedule, practice, all that. It's the only reason.
Busy.
I know.
Good
so
for you
she's
guys.
there right now, and then she has dance. It never ends. It never ends. But you know what else never ends?
Do tell.
This podcast because it's awesome.
I hope it never ends.
Couple other notes before we wrap up again. Back to the fundraising here, but we leave this for the outro because this is where our diehard fans listen. Hey, August 2nd, you guys know about that, the big raffle night. But next Monday is the first yoga night that I am going to make. It's at the Backyard Brewery in Londonderry. I think it's like $30 actually, to be honest, but Erica's going to pony up and pay $30 for me, $30 for her. The money goes for yoga night goes to the entire team force. So we split that money. It's next Monday and also the second Monday of July and August. Hopefully at one of those, we'll do a live recording after. It's going to be fun. I miss yoga. I need more of it in my life. As Erica always says, don't forget to stretch. I am hoping that we work on some hip flexibility, maybe some lower back. I'm going to be there. I would love for all you to show up. I'll post about it on Instagram throughout the weekend. But yoga next Monday at the Backyard Brewery in Londonderry. I think it's 6 p.m., but check Instagram stories and my posts for that. I'm excited. I used to do yoga 3 days a week before COVID, and it was amazing. I'm going to reach out to our listeners right now. Recently, I've come across a stretching place called StretchLab Bedford. Have you ever heard of this?
I've heard of it, but I've never been.
I think that's what I need. Not a chiropractor. I need like a flexologist. To stretch my body and to pull my body in ways that I can't do by myself. And I was on their website. I got like dive deep in it. I think Tara Pterodactyl actually follows them. Does anyone know them? I want to go and get like a 50-minute.
Tara go?
Did she?
Feel like we talked about it, and that's why I know about them.
Well,
because
maybe that's
somebody
why it popped up in my algorithm.
Did.
I want to go. Does anyone
talk to her?
Anyone want to go and do a stretch with me and hear like, oh my God, you have a fear of farting on an airplane? I have a fear of like farting while I'm in a mid stretch.
Dude, I'll go. We can fart together. They're going to hate us.
I actually think like this is something I'm going to check out. I don't know what it cost. I do know they have like a come and try it out type, thing at a discount, but.
Okay. Well, honestly, that's something I would be interested in too. I am very unflexible. Uh,
I want
I
to like.
I struggle there. Yeah.
I want them to like twist my body in ways I can't do it, and just I know I read their bio. It's like it's not painful, but you definitely feel like the tension, but it feels amazing after. Oh my god.
Dude, you should get a massage too. I am an advocate for that. I go once a month for 90 minutes, and my
Do you
girl
fall
Julia is amazing. I have a couple of times, and talk about another fear. God forbid, I fart on her table.
I got it.
Has not happened.
I got
but,
a chair massage once at work. They came to the office and like 15-minute chair massage, and I was falling asleep, and she goes, "It's actually a compliment."
Oh, so yes, it has happened. You know how sometimes like when you fall asleep, like you get like the jerk muscles, like you're like, oh my God, and you wake yourself up.
Yep.
That has happened to me. And she goes, oh my God, did I hurt you? And I go, no, I fell asleep. I was waking back up again. So yes, it's super relaxing. I go for the deep tissue because I often have the muscles that need to be worked very, very hard to get the knots out. Especially my back is awful, like my shoulders. So she spends a lot of time on those, and I usually feel great afterwards.
Yeah. I've only had one. I'm thinking here, one real massage ever, and it was like in 2009.
Really?
A girl I was dating in North Carolina bought me one from like this massage therapist who massages like the Carolina Panthers, like a professional.
Oh,
and it was super expensive. And I was like, oh my God, it was so much money. I can't believe it. But I still went and cashed it in. I was like, I would never pay that. And but I don't know what it costs now. But I
mean, it's not cheap, but I think it's worth it to really
I
get the knots out of yourself.
I'll be honest. I was a little disappointed when I started to see a chiropractor. I thought there'd be like more epic cracks.
Well, that means you're not in that, like your body's not terrible if they don't need to crack you.
Well, he would try,
right?
But my body wouldn't crack, all the time. So I just don't, I don't think the actual spinal cord and everything was my problem. I think it was just back strength and the back muscles. So I need to work better on back strength, especially lower back, and stretching. I'm going to check this place out.
Check it out. Learn some stuff.
I'm going to email them and ask
Give
them
me
to
some
donate to the
info.
raffle night.
I mean, and also if you want to throw a little something my way, that's cool. Not me, as in you, but like
we'll offer to do a live podcast while getting stretched. How funny would that be? Like, so Erica, tell me, oh, that feels real good. Oh yeah,
my hammies. I don't know, dude. Whatever for the content, sure. We'll try it.
That would be hilarious. Well, that will need to be like when we have a full video production set up.
Yeah.
So cool. We're all over the place. Have you caught up on the Pitt?
So you gave me some not really homework of watching halfway through the season. I finished episode 10 last night.
Whoa!
I am so into it.
Really?
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm at a loss for words.
I'm at 7.
Because. Okay. So then you tell me things so I don't ruin anything.
So I'm not good with names, but the young first day guy doctor.
Whitaker.
He's gotten pissed on, shit on.
Oh my God.
Blood.
I laughed so hard when he goes through like
every other like 20 every hour, right? It's just comical, but also
he's become one of my favorites.
I know. He's great.
Is there a case that like resonated with you? Like, oh my God. So if you guys know me, the whole reason I'm doing my Chicago fundraising is I lost my brother. The poor family who lost their only son and like they have to go into the viewing room or like that had happened in one episode. That hit me so hard. And it was one of those triggering things that I wasn't ready for. I was just like, oh my God. These are
and then the dad
flashbacks.
The other girl who was with him and they took the drugs together and the other student walking in there at the same time.
Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man. I thought the dad was going to kill them. The balls it took for that girl to go and apologize later.
Did they talk about the organ donation for his, like the parents had to deal with that? That literally like I was going through some shit watching these episodes.
Even back when Carter, who is really Noah Wiley, who is really
Robbie, Dr. Robbie. Yeah.
When he had to go in the room and say something to them And I hated how they dragged it out like they knew he was brain dead.
Mhm.
But there are other
I
tests.
mean, you gotta.
There are
He
other
did it
tests.
for the family. Yeah.
But the scene when the mom was crying and sobbing, but you're not in the room. You're actually in all the other rooms of the hospital, and everybody is listening, just like,
yeah.
not saying a word. They know what is going on. They know some mother just lost her son. And they're just like, oh my God, whatever I'm dealing with right now is nothing compared to what she is. That screaming and sobbing, like, those rooms are not soundproof. And she did not hold
if
back.
they ever bring you to that family room, you guys, oh no, it's not going to be good stuff. Oh, you are in for some episodes. I'm not even going to tell you, but that family room, like, I'm getting like the remembering tears right now. Like, but there's some more shit that happens that they plot people in that damn family room. It's never a good thing. But I just like, I really like Dr. Robbie and how he handles things. He's got such even though he is a stressed out guy, he has his own issues. He's just very aware of what everybody is going through. So he has like I don't know if I can describe it right. He's just a very like gentle person, and he cares about all of the patients, their families, and you know what I mean?
Well, he seems like, he's
really
the guy
nice,
who's been
like-
doing this forever, and he runs that place. And
Yeah.
I love, though, when his boss comes down wearing that fancy suit. It's a pink suit, right? And
Something like
she's
that.
like, you need to do this or numbers. He goes, I need beds. This is a hospital. I'm running this. Like, I love you see all the aspects of running a hospital. Like, hospitals aren't just there to save lives. They're there to make money.
Yeah.
And, what do you think about the doctor with the ankle bracelet?
So I like her a lot.
She's the best.
There's a lot of doctors that I just enjoy as people. So the one they call Slow-Mo, Dr. Mohan.
Oh, yeah.
I love her. I think she's great.
When Dr. Robbie gets on her about being slow,
I
was like, holy shit. Like, he can go from calm guy to a boss.
Yeah.
I almost thought like he was picking on her, but at the same time he goes, he knows she can do it, but he has to kind of be a jerk about it.
Yep. You are not going to like episode 10, dude. The end of it, I don't even want to tell you, so I won't.
Well, I'll get there by the next episode. I don't know what we're going to do Thursday. I don't think we're going to put out a second one. I was about to ask you about it, and then you're running the Hollis Fast 5K, so
Yes, I am.
Yeah, maybe we jump on Thursday after to talk about it, and maybe I can catch up on some episodes. But I got some more Monday Night Media work to do. Yesterday dropped the Ali G show where Maddie V was on hosting her. The roles were reversed.
Yeah.
On Thursday, we have more moving people, which I'm curious how it's going to work out. I'll talk to Hillary tomorrow. Or today, the day everyone's listening, but she is currently crewing for Alvaro as he's doing Race Across America.
Bike. Yes.
So I'm like, how are we going to get your intro done when you're in a van driving across the country?
Find a hot spot somewhere and just hop on real quick.
Have you finished the Earnhardt documentary?
I have not.
Okay.
I picked my battle in the Pitt one. So.
All right, that's cool. I'll tell you this. I know Dale Earnhardt's story. I know everything there is to know about Dale Earnhardt.
Yes.
There are things they talk about that I never knew.
No shit.
And I didn't cry, but you are going to cry.
Of course I will.
I got the big lump in my throat, and I didn't cry about him dying.
Well,
I did not cry about him
part.
dying. Yeah. Spoiler.
Okay.
He died.
Well, I will prepare myself. Honestly, I wasn't in the mood to cry this weekend. Sometimes you just, I don't know if this is more for the sensitive type like myself, but sometimes you just get in the mood to cry. Like I'll watch a sappy movie that I know will make me cry, like the first 10 minutes of Up. But I wasn't in the mood to cry this weekend, and here comes the Pit, and I was like, wow, okay. So kind of shifted the Earnhardt thing to the back burner just so I wouldn't be a complete mess. So
my advice when you watch Earnhardt, watch 3 and 4.
Oh yeah.
Walk off
I would
watch
finish
them at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's things like if I ever get to run into his son or daughter, like I almost know what I would say now. I learned a lot. I'll just put it that way. I learned a lot, and I thought I knew everything. So it was so well done. So well done.
I do really enjoy it. I got to see if my parents ever finished it because we started watching it together. So I wonder if they did.
I'm going to have to take some notes in the group. So in our Google Doc, I'll make a thing called the Pit, and we can start writing some notes. Like, I want to know what you think about the mom who made herself sick to get her son to take her to the hospital so he wouldn't go shoot a lot of kids at school because he has a hit list. And there's also like, slow-mo was one of them. But it's funny, this young kid came in and they all got excited. What I thought was funny was they knew him. They all gave him condoms. Someone knew.
Oh my God. Well, that was Dr. Robbie's son. I didn't know that. You didn't know that? He came in to get his ticket for that concert.
But I didn't know it was his. Oh.
That's his son, which makes it even funnier. He's like, please don't give me a condom. And he's like, you've been having sex?
I did not know
I was
that.
like, oh God. Yeah, that's his son.
Okay.
I forget what his name is, but.
All right. I had no
Dude,
clue.
I'm too far ahead. And there are things that I know that I can't wait for you to watch so we can continue to talk about it.
It's his son, though.
Yeah.
Because in an ER comparison, Dr. Green was Noah Wiley, Dr. Robbie.
Yep.
And Dr. Green's daughter, Rachel, is in a lot of it.
Oh.
And is a big character, including, spoiler alert, guys,
wait a minute.
What?
I'm not talking his real life son. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking his,
okay.
his
I'm like,
TV
it's
show son and daughter. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute. That's not.
No, Dr. Green's daughter in the show, her name is Rachel. She's like a little kid in season 1, and you see her grow up throughout all the seasons. Now, she takes seasons off. Spoiler alert, if anyone is going to go and actually start ER from season 1 and go all the way to 15,
I'll forget it.
Turn this off for 10 to 15 seconds. But the very end of the last season, she shows up in the last couple episodes, and she is now going to be a student doing her residency at the hospital, just like Carter was in episode 1.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I like that.
Yeah. And because he died in season, like in the middle of like season 7, 8, or 9.
Okay.
So you only see her on occasion because she might like retreat back to that area because she has a lot of difficulty with her mom and her stepmom. She'll go to the hospital to see her stepmom because her actual mom won't let her like do something. She'll be like, oh, could you sign this for me? This permission slip, whatever. Or maybe she was pregnant or something. I think maybe she was, maybe not.
Damn, so much shit happens in doctor shows.
It's the best. It's the absolute best. Well, cool. Yeah, we'll talk more about the Pit. I'll catch up to you. There's 15 total, so I don't expect you to finish it. But I would love next week to hear your thoughts on Earnhardt. But you choose the direction you want to go here. You can finish the Pit if you want to finish the Pit.
Probably going to get them both done.
All right.
I'm like addicted to the
by
Pit
next
right
week,
now.
not by Thursday night if we record Thursday night, but by next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, have fun, everyone who runs in the Hollish Fast 5K. I'll have to decide if that's worth getting a babysitter for me to do because that would be fun. I love that.
That is a good race.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot better than the one that I did on Saturday.
Don't forget.
No rain.
Yeah. Don't forget yoga night next Monday and the Goffstown Gallop on June 28th. Also,
coming up.
Show notes in there, the links for my race tats and for Right Socks. Guys, I'm telling you, I love getting the emails saying that you're buying my race tats. I don't know if Right Socks does it, but guys, I love my Right Socks. They're awesome. Nothing better than a brand new, fresh pair of socks on your feet, especially these double layered ones. They're awesome. And thank you to your cousin at Uvo's. You guys know we love
Jen
Uvo's.
is awesome. Hi, Jen.
This is amazing. Erica, you're a rock star. Tell everyone where they can find us, how they should follow, and take us home.
You guys, we are on YouTube. We are on Instagram. You can join our Patreon if you really love us. We hope you do. Where else can you find us?
Well, I want to do better with the YouTube. I have like 8 YouTube videos uploaded, but I haven't done the thumbnails yet. So there's going to be a massive drop soon. Massive drop.
Hell yeah. Well, enjoy those when they do drop, whenever no rush on Eric because I know he's got his work cut out for him with everything else. So whenever that happens, that's great. But yeah, just follow us mostly on Instagram and the Patreon thing if you like us, because we love you.
We absolutely do. All right, this was fun. Episode 171 in the books. Take
We're
us
getting
home.
up there, man. That's a lot of episodes. Yeah, we really have to say thank you for listening. You guys have stuck with us through a lot of stuff, and we appreciate you, and we really, really love you.
Don't fear the code brown.
And don't forget to stretch.
I think it was either one of our first times ever with Riverside, or it was one of our last times ever on Facebook Messenger.
I don't remember.
I think it was on Facebook Messenger because I was like, I don't remember.
You're like,
being on Riverside.
who are these amateurs?
That was what, you were episode 40, I think.
40.
It said, right? Yeah, that
40.
was 80 episodes ago for us.
Wow.
No, that was 100.
Oh wait, that's 20. Oh my god, I can't
and
even
20
add.
episodes ago for us.
That's amazing.
Tomorrow's
I'm so glad to be back.
Tomorrow's
Math isn't my strong
160.
suit. Why did I think that? Okay,
And
still pretty good.